This thing on. What's up, y'all? How you guys doing?
Everyone well? Welcome to St Pancras. Welcome to the RBMA UK tour from London. We've already been in Glasgow, we've been in Brighton, next week we're going to Manchester. But we're going to kick off in the capital city with this man to my right, who is, I'm going to try and get this right. He is a director, a producer, a model, an icon of fashion. He also raps a bit too, apparently. I don't know if you know about that. Please welcome A$AP Rocky.
Thank you. Thanks to everybody for coming out today. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. I really do.
Sorry, a little technical there with the laptop. Welcome to London.
Thanks for having me.
You go by a few names.
Yes, I do.
I would wonder if you would care to roll them out for us today, so we all know just exactly who we're dealing with right now.
Birth name, Rakim Mayers. But I think the Lord really named me Lord Pretty Flacco Jody II. So that's my name. Address me as such, please.
One of our first questions off Twitter is from a young man called Alex Trills. He wants to know where the name Pretty Flacco came from.
Wow. It's ironic. It's funny you ask. It's multiple reasons why I'm named Pretty Flacco, but I'll start with the petty reasons first. Number one, Flacco is flaquito. That's Latin and Spanish for skinny. So Pretty Flacco, you know. I'm skinny and pretty, what can I say, you know? And but the real reason is because one of my idols and mentors, Mos Def, known as Yasiin Bey, is Pretty Flacco, and I was, you know, privileged enough to have the name and, you know, run with it.
It's funny you should mention that name, actually. I've just, out of the corner of my eye, noticed.
Mos Def is here. Is it okay if we bring him up, please? Mos, come up, man.
This is nice, isn't it?
Cozy.
Just no big deal. It's just Mos Def. Absolutely no problem at all. I'm interested how you two know each other.
Well, one of my oldest friends, Chase Infinite, has been working with Rock from the beginning. And when they first started, you know, putting the mob together in New York, you know, I was just on deck, you know, just there as a witness to watch how they put it together and how excited Chase was about Rakim and everything that the mob was doing. So as it started developing, I was like, oh, this is just, you know, some of my homies just, you know, doing it and striving and putting it together. And I mean, I think that was like, what, 2010, 2011? And to see from that point to here, to where it's going is just like really encouraging, you know, because it's, you know, it's one thing to see people in the public light, but it's another thing to actually know those people, you know, and to see their struggles and to see the whole behind the scenes, you know. So I've been fortunate enough to see that with folks like Kanye and with Rakim, and it gives me not only even just some more appreciation for where their art has developed and their modes of expressions have developed, but the type of people that it takes to actually pull something like that off, you know. A$AP is certainly not something that just, you know, happened by chance. It was very deliberate, it was very focused, and it was a lot of energy and hard work from a group of young people in New York that, you know, a lot of people may have underestimated or didn't really expect that much of, you know. So, you know, it's nice to be here and to just see my man doing his numbers and, you know, enjoying life and to be a part of that in some small way. It's just, I'm just here rocking with my man. I'm sure I don't look interview ready at all, but
Sorry to put you on the spot.
Nah,
but,
it's all
you know.
good. It's all good.
Rocky, tell me about when you first met Mos Def, because I guess when you met Mos, when you met Yasin, it was just, I'm presuming, someone that you'd looked up to for years.
Of course. For me, I just wanted to impress him. I just was like, hey, man, so you like my music? I used to be like, you like me better than Tyler, the Creator?
What was the answer?
He just laughed. You know, he looks after all the youngsters, man, and he got love for all the youngsters. We all one generation, and, you know, Tyler's somebody in our future, somebody who I feel like, you know, I respect, and they're really creative. So that was like the only people to really kind of compare myself to at the time. And I just saw, like, at one point in time, I seen him do Jimmy Fallon, was it? Or, yeah. And I remember Tyler did it, and Mos was there, and it just looked like they had an amazing time. And I just said to myself, man, if Mos likes Tyler, man, then, I mean, I probably got a chance, man. Like, you know, because that means he likes weirdo music, too, you know?
Yo, I love A$AP. And I want to, see, I've been listening to the new material, you know, because we connected while I was in Paris. And he was like, yo, I'm going to London, you got to come. So I was like, all right, I'm going to come. But the whole time that we was riding down, the whole time we was in Paris, he was just playing me the new joints. And I was like, oh, my God. Like, when people hear these new joints, it's probably, you know, it's his material, so I don't want to make him, like, flash nothing that he's not comfortable with. But I have favorites already, myself. So any of the songs with Flocko in it, I'm probably going to be partial to. But all of the material, now, seriously, this new A$AP record is incredible, you know. So it's a lot of, you know, people might see it on one level, but I think as more than just the swag or even the attitude or the energy that A$AP has, I think people are really going to start to appreciate the deeper level of creativity and artistry that Rakim has, and that a lot of the mob is striving for, you know. So it's exciting. I was telling them it feel like the first Beastie Boys album moving into Paul's Boutique, you know what I'm saying, where it's just like you start to see that it's not just, you know, three rowdy young folks up there. It's just like, it's some depth there. So I'm excited for the world to hear that. It's a lot of fresh people working on it, man. A$AP and Kanye and Danger Mouse and me, and just got off the phone with Bass God the other day, so it's a big deal. Young Bass God, and I look like we could find.
Shout outs to Lil B. Shout outs to the Bass God. Shout outs to the Bass God all day.
Shout out
Make
to
some
Bass
noise for the
God.
Bass God, because he paved the way for the internet, man. All day, man.
Eat that wonton soup. I love it.
What can you tell us about the track you've done together? Seeing as you're both here right now, it would
We,
feel
we
rude.
can't say much about that because you guys got to hear it first. Play it for us, play it for you. That's just as bad as telling you. That's even worse. Well, when it's time, you'll get it, I promise. For sure, for sure.
How do you think, I'm going to get into this a little bit with Rocky in a bit, but how do you think he's developed over the last 2 years? How do you see the development of A$AP from mixtape to album to now album 2 on its way?
Well, I mean, the Long Live A$AP, the first mixtape on the album was like, you know, that was getting regular over my crib all the time. So, you know, songs like Leaf, and the energy is still there. It's just that, you know, the diversity in terms of the sound, and just the influences and the way that, you know, he's distilling it is just showing growth, you know. And it's just, it's really dope, man. I mean, I don't like to get into too much, like, analytics of it. It just make me feel good. And it also give me, for me, being from New York, it definitely give me, like, that New York feeling. You know, I love our Future, and I love Earl. Earl is, whoa. Vince Staples, and, you know, Shabazz Palaces and all that. But it's, for me, when it's coming out of New York and it's got that raw, it's just like, man, what else sounds like that? Shout out to GS9 and Bobby Shmurda as well, because them is my dudes as well. I'm rocking with them.
Before I let you go, which I'm going to in a minute, but because we're in London, I have to ask you, you've just named some amazing American artists there. Anybody in London that you guys right now, or England, I
Oh,
should
man,
say?
I'm all over Lord Tusk, Funk and Even, Dean Blunt.
We fucking with Skepta, man.
Fucking with Skepta Heavy.
Skepta all day. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Little Sims in a
Word.
major way. Kano. Photo Machine, A Tribe Called Colin. Man,
Yo,
it's a
is
lot of
King
cats.
Crew from here?
King Cruel, for
He's
sure.
very rare. King Crew
Yeah,
is very
King
rare.
Cruel is that deal. It's a lot. Yeah, London.
Yeah, it's a lot of London artists. I hope we not forgetting nobody, because it's a lot of good artists out here.
It's a lot of amazing artists out here in London. Shout out to Channel One Sound Systems as well.
All right, listen, Mos, I should let you go. You've been very generous with your time. Thank you so much, Mos Def.
You wanna know something ironic?
Yeah.
I recorded my whole album on this couch.
On this actual couch.
Is this the same one from Red Bull Studio?
I guess so, right? Yeah.
Anybody
This
can
is,
confirm
yes,
that?
we can
right?
confirm that, yeah.
I recorded my whole album on this couch.
Sat on this couch where I'm sat now, where you're sat now, or laying flat? Like, give me the visual.
I'm gonna come clean, probably like right here, right
Okay.
here. The whole damn couch, man. I'm gonna come clean.
So you recorded, I believe, you can tell me the percentages exactly, but a high percentage of your album at the Red Bull Studios in London. Is that right?
So basically, what I did was I recorded the skeletons of the album, and most of the songs were already done. But for the other songs that I recorded back in the States, those were like skeletons that I had did prior in Red Bull Studio in UK.
So tell me about your relationship with London. I want to get into the studio stuff in a minute, but I know that you've been coming here for a long time.
Yeah,
You know that we're quite a cool city.
I love it.
I mean,
here.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but it's a pretty cool place, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
What were your impressions before you came to London, and I should say the UK actually in general, but like what were your impressions before you came and then when you actually got here, how did you find the city?
Well, when I was younger, I always wanted to come to London and shit because I heard rumors that like the potato chips is pink and shit like that, right?
Prawn cocktail crisps, shout them out all day, yeah.
And then I remember watching something, and for some reason, I thought that the cops wore roller skates and had whistles and shit. I was like, oh, they got punk ass cops over there. I could go over there and do what the fuck I want, man, you know? But nah, when I got older, probably around like 11 years old, my impression of London was like Harry Potter, like all the way. Like, you know, I thought Harry Potter just defined London and shit, and I was wrong. And when I got to London and I saw the, you know, architecture, I'm like, this is what New York was built for. Like, you know, this is what the settlers came and this is what they were, you know, trying to duplicate, you know. And I feel like, you know, as far as the architecture and landscape and everything is just like, I think it's like a generic version, not generic, but like a, you know, a double of what you guys got over here. And when I come over here, I feel at home, you know. I feel right at home. People with so much love. Look at the beautiful people out there who came to see us today, you know. It's love out here in the UK. I love these motherfuckers, man.
So how does it shape you creatively when you're here?
Because I don't know, it's the energy right now. I feel like people I'm gonna just go in the grime, for instance. Like, the States have no idea what grime music is. Anybody ever been to America by any chance? Now, at the same time, do they know what the fuck grime is over there? Exactly my point. And ASAP was the first, you know, ASAP Bari, Young Lord, Ian Connor was the first to go to Skepta and say, we need to take this shit and put it on a broader scale, and we need to merge this shit, BBK, ASAP shit, you know, and have everybody show love. And, you know, they made It Ain't Safe on the Block, and, you know, shit is booming. You could go to South by Southwest, you could go to Art Basel, and you're gonna see everybody turning, it ain't safe on the block, not even for the cops. Oh, y'all know that shit? Jiggy nigga shit, or...
What is it that you liked about their energy? What was it that when Ian and Barry came to you and talked to you about BBK, or what was it that you think impressed them so much?
Impressed whom?
Impressed members of the mob, impressed yourself?
I think that those guys were genuine and authentic, and I think that's where it started. I think it just started with a friendship thing. You know, I can't take credit for it. You know, that was what they decided to do. You know, that's what ASAP does. It's not just me who's a creative. Everybody, a lot of people in my crew have a good vision, and it's all about visions because we're a collective of visionaries So I think when they met Skepta and all those guys, it was they knew Skepta and these guys for years before people, so I guess it had to be like, established relationship, as a friendship, and now you have it.
So what's your opinion on, what's your thoughts on there's a lot of attention being paid to grime at the moment. There's a lot of American artists that are sort of shining the spotlight on grime. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's helpful? How do you think it's helpful? Where do you see grime going in the future in terms of an American audience?
Well, I'm not psychic. I don't know where the fuck grime is going to go in the next few years, but I think that it's amazing that there's other artists who saw what we did and felt they should do the same.
I hear that. All right, we can move on a little bit from that, I guess. But I guess, do you feel like, because I've loved grime, I follow grime for years, I've watched its progress, and I'm always curious to see how an American audience will take it. Do you think, as an American, that the ear in the States, the hip-hop listener in the States is ready to like get into grime? Do you think they can understand what's going on with it?
I can't speak for everybody, man. I really can't. I can only speak for myself. A lot of people aren't open-minded. You got to realize grime is technically a genre of hip-hop. It's like a subgenre of hip-hop, if you want to be technical. So with that, you got other subgenres like trap music. There's some people who don't like trap music, So of course there's going to be some people who don't like grime. I don't mind it. I like, Wiley and Skepta. What's the Temper T kid? Like, it's a lot of dope.
Swing.
It's a lot of, yeah. I like these guys, man. They go hard, man. You know what I mean? Like, they go hard.
It feels nice as well to see like you say earlier. It feels like very authentic.
Shout outs Piff Gang. I don't care. Those my homies. Shout outs my boy Milcavelli. 616 shit. ASAP all day. Cozy Boys. Holla at your boy.
One thing that you did with BBK recently was Red Bull Culture Clash, which was amazing. An amazing night. Everyone had a great time. It feels like you've been quiet. Technically, you've been quiet for the last 2 years. Like, you haven't put out a record, but actually you've been busy. You've done Culture Clash. You've been producing an instrumental album. You've been doing all sorts of stuff.
Movie.
Just the movie, yeah. Acting.
In theaters
modeling.
next month. Wait, what are we in? April? Oh, in 2 more months.
And I think you won a fashion award in Seoul as well.
I won fashion awards because I'm handsome.
You've been doing a bit. You've been being handsome for the last 2 years, and also a bit talented too. So you've been busy.
Yeah.
So why did you kind of take yourself away a little bit in terms of putting your face out there in terms of performing and releasing stuff?
Yeah, because it's like, you said why? I can't quite hear you. Say why didn't I?
Why did you, in terms of you sort of went a little bit quiet in terms of performing and releasing records?
Oh, okay, yeah, I thought that's what you said. For me, I think if I'm one of those elite artists, like, not to put myself on a pedestal, but I was blessed enough to have enough people who care about my craft and, like it, So I'm one of those artists that when you go see me, you expect the best from me, right or wrong, people, right? Okay, so how would you guys feel if I was to do a tour right now using all my old shit from 2 years ago? That's disrespectful because I'm giving you the same show I gave y'all 2-3 years ago. I'm not a celebrity, I'm an artist, so I want to do true artist shit. I'm authentic. Fuck that. I'd rather wait and give it to you the right way because you're not going to ever leave no A$AP Rocky show saying that they gonna rate me out this motherfucker, I need to be rated. They gonna rate me. I need my props. That's all I'm saying, you feel me? That's a little bit of UK lingo.
It's good,
you
I
get
liked
me,
it.
bruv. You get me.
Get me, fam.
You get me.
Yes, fam.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I think it's better when you do it than when I do it. I'm gonna let you.
I sound corny when I do it. I sound like a Yankee. You get me, bruv.
You get me, fam.
I'm gonna get it though. I'm
got it.
working
I
on
think,
it a little bit. All right.
How's your English accent? You can do an English accent?
I suck with it. I can't emulate anyone. I can only be Flacco, man. It's fucked up, man.
So, what have you learned about yourself over the last 2 years?
That guy is handsome right there in the window. Very handsome.
He's pretty, right?
Very handsome.
You should win a fashion award.
Yeah,
I would
should.
give that guy a fashion award.
I wonder what kind of skin cream he uses. I don't know.
What type of skin cream does he use? We should know.
You gotta ask him.
Anyway, skin cream aside, actually, what skin cream do you use? Because you do have great skin. This is an important question. People need to know this.
I'll never tell.
You're right. Keep your beauty secret.
You know that.
You're a wise man, very wise man. Okay, so over the last 2 years, while you've been away, I mean, doing lots of work, but keeping a lower profile, what have you learned about yourself? And I don't mean just like, you know, the things that people could trot out pretty easily. Like,
Yeah.
really give us some insight into what's been happening to you.
I think I'm content. Like, it took a while for me to accept the fact that I was becoming so popular and so culturally relevant. I wanted to be a guy that could walk out his house and walk down the street, even if it's to a Prada store, Dior, or something like that, and just have people say thank you or hello, and just, you know, that's all I really wanted. I just want my props, you know, my credit, and I just, you know, I want to be inspired, and I want to put inspiration out there. So for me, I knew the reason why I didn't really want to make music or rap at the time that I was making it is because I wasn't feeling inspired, number one. Number two, I felt like I needed to really perfect my craft. So it's not like you could just go in the studio. Well, for me, I don't just go in the studio, make a song in 5 minutes and put it out. I take time. You know, you write it, you produce it, you go over it, you edit it. A wise man once told me that creativity, anything perfect, any creation is 90% editing. And that's the truth.
Less is more?
10% substance, 90% editing. So anything with art, like, is 90% editing. And for my 90%, it took about like 2 years.
And how did the editing process work, do you think? Like, how did you figure out what that 10% needed to be, and what 90% did you need to get rid of?
Me, I'm intelligent, and I had yams, and I had some psychedelics and some weed, and that helped. Yep.
The drugs always work? Sometimes work?
I'm not going to give credit to drugs because I'm not an advocate to that. I'm
Sure.
just telling you what worked for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She asked me shit.
I mean, I asked, you told.
Yeah.
But is that a part of your creative process? Like,
Not necessarily, but for that creative process, it was. Yeah.
so do you feel like you've grown as a person in the last 2 years? Do you feel like you've
Of course.
matured in
Because
some
I was
way?
24 then, I'm 26 now. You know, I've been through a lot. I've been in relationships. I've been through some shit, man. So yes, I do think.
And all that stuff feeds, I guess, into new material, right?
I'm sorry?
All that stuff feeds into new material.
Yes.
You get inspired.
Yes.
So how did you know you were ready to come back? How did you know that the time was right?
Because I made a killer ass album. I said, oh shit, they gotta hear this shit. Oh shit, you know, and I just was thinking about these visuals with my boy Dexter Navy and Show Me, and we just was all like, you know, I don't know, just planning and plotting on how to, like, you know, raise the bar. You know, like, I want to thank people who go out their way to raise the bar, like your Joey Badasses, your J. Cole's, your Kendrick Lamar's, you know, people who go out their way to try to do something different for themselves, not just to be different, but to be themselves in the best way. I appreciate that. That's real artistry, you know, not to sound cliche, because I know Kendrick is the guy at the moment, and J. Cole just had a good album and stuff, but throughout their careers, I noticed that those guys would actually put forward their best efforts and give it their all and do it their way, opposed to doing it to everybody else's way and shit. So I respect that shit. But I got love for all the other motherfuckers and shit too, you know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with rap motherfuckers. I'm here to spread the love because I realize that as rappers, you know, obviously, like, the majority, you know, is black people. And as black people, I feel like we're too scared to see each other excel or prosper. You know, it's the truth. You know, and I feel like we gotta start showing love. Anytime I'm with the young rap niggas, man, I'm telling them, man, when y'all see these other rap niggas, man, spread the word, man. And it's all love out there in this shit, man. You gotta show love. You gotta show love to these motherfuckers, man. Cause I mean, who else is gonna show them love if we don't show each other love? You know, there's all this fake love around here. We need to start embracing each other. I feel like certain motherfuckers is whack, but as people, I fuck with them. I'm keeping it 100 with y'all.
How do you, if someone approaches you that wants to work with you, because you've worked with lots of different people, if someone approaches you that you respect personally, you like them as a person, but creatively you're not that keen, how do you sort of swerve those situations?
Now, if I do that, if I tell you that, then next time I do it,
No,
they're going to
yeah,
know,
you're
you
right.
know what I'm saying? I
They'll
can't
be
do
like, hang
that.
on a minute. He said that he has to go and do the shopping and comb his hair. All right, fair enough. So how do you feel about hip hop right now? I mean, you're just saying that you feel like it needs to come together more. People need to encourage each other more. Who are the people that brought you up? Who are the people that encouraged you and nurtured you and made you the artist that you are?
Man, the list is long. I mean, you mean other artists, fellow artists?
Other artists,
okay,
other people.
Yeah, Swiss Beats, David Banner, Mos Def. I know I'm missing people, and a lot of people gonna be hurt. You shouldn't have asked me that question.
I know those questions are
yeah,
dangerous.
shout outs to everybody who, you know, gave me advice and shit like that, because, I can't really remember. I'm on the spot. She put me on the spot, you know?
Sorry for putting you on the spot.
It's okay.
Going back to London, the first album was, lots of it was, well, both Live Love ASAP and Long Live ASAP were very much influenced by the South, Bone Thugs and Harmony, UGK 36 Mafia. Do you think we'll see much influence of London in this second record?
Yes, you will, for sure.
Okay.
Right now, I'm working with my boy A-Side. I'm working with my boy Joe Fox. It's very British, very jiggy. We out here, you know, and I think people are gonna love it, man. The legend of Joe Fox, man. He's a British artist, and he's on about like 7 different tracks, you know, on the album. And we just met out in Soho at Dean Street Studios about 4 a.m. one time. He was passing, and ever since we just clicked, man. He was just a dope artist, so yeah.
So that was it. From there on in, you guys just started rolling and made music together? Wow.
Non-stop,
Wow.
every day.
How do you know when you meet someone at 4 a.m. in a studio that possibly there's a
We weren't
connection?
in the studio. I was leaving the studio,
Okay.
going to get some Starbucks when I met him. So we didn't meet in the studio. But how did I know?
Yeah, how do you get that feeling from people?
Because I'm a visionary. It's a talent. I'm not trying to be funny. It's the truth. Sometimes you don't know. I could have been wrong, but God brung him, and I was right. You know.
So Joe Fox on the album, what does he add to the record? How is he?
He's a singer, and he brings that, you know, British energy. He gives you that Bob Dylan, that Bob Marley, like that the fucking John Lennon and Kurt Cobain feel. Like he's just so heavily influenced by rock, that it's just crazy. Yeah.
I guess I don't want to give too much away about the album because it's coming soon and people want to listen to it with their own ears and make up their own minds. But having said that, tell us about the album. Just tell us a bit about how do you think you've developed since musically, sonically, lyrically? What do we see on this album from A$AP Rocky?
I feel like when I came out, I feel like a lot of people only saw swagger, and a lot of people don't listen. They didn't realize that, like, in all reality, I changed sonics of hip hop. People started making more airy, ambient, cloud rap music after that, to a point where that flow, that I'm coming down, then send it down, give me mine, that was Flacco. Flacco did it first. You know, I'm just gonna keep it 100, and then the whole game started doing it. You know what I mean? And in all reality, that flow was inspired by Pimp. You know, and I'm just keeping it real. But I took it and I added my own cadence to it. Before you knew it, the whole game did it, and then it don't even sound like me no more. I don't even get credit. So I say y'all can have that. Because real innovators, you know, and I don't mean to be so like an asshole and talk about everything I've done and everything I've accomplished, but I just wanted to make a point just now.
How did you end up in the Red Bull Studios in the first place, like in London? What brought you to the studios? Why did you choose there to work?
Well, I first visited the Red Bull Studios in 2011 or 12. I'm not too sure, but my boy Luke, I don't know how to fucking say his last name, Monahan. Oh yeah, you know Luke, yeah. He has a G in it, that motherfucker silent and shit.
Monahan, silent G.
But I used to call them monograms and shit. But yeah, my boy Luke, he did a piece on me over there at Red Bull, and before I know it, like a female that is very, 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 very special and close to me, she looked out for me and hooked it up with Nina. Her name's Ella. She hooked it up with Nina, and ever since, Red Bull has been supporting me 100%. Anything I need, they're there. So I love you motherfuckers too, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all love, baby. It's one big family at this shit. I told you, I recorded this is a special couch.
Well, so take us inside the studio. I want to know, like, I'm sure people here do too. I want to know, like,
if we were in the studio right now, all these lights would be off.
right, so it's dark.
It'll be dark. you probably might smell weed or not. Some veggie snacks,
Describe the veggie snacks, please.
apples and, different fruits and vegetables and munchies like pretzels and potato chips, You're making me hungry right now.
No, it's just like,
Yeah.
does anyone hear my stomach rumble?
Yeah.
Drinks, like alcohol, water.
I drink water. I like water. Shout out Young Gleesh. Water.
Incense, candles, all that sort of stuff, or no?
Candles for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
And people, what people will be in the studio with you?
Lou Banga, Ella, Tremaine, Dexter, myself, of course, ASAP Yams, R.I.P., Milcavelli, and Beatrice, and Hector Delgado, my engineer. I can't forget about Hector, man. Shout outs to Hector, man.
Just actually for a second, because I know that engineering
I
is...
mean, pardon me, not he engineers, but this is my partner with producing, and he's my DJ, and he does everything, man.
Describe the importance of the engineer, because I guess they're sometimes a little bit unsung,
That
right?
is so important. So I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. I'm
No,
excited.
me too.
So you guys got to know, like, an engineer is as significant as, like, pause as a wife. You know how hard it is to find, like, a better half? Like, you know what I mean? That's how hard it is to find an engineer, because what they got to do is they have to edit and translate your music the way that you put it there. The worst thing is a bad engineer, because they could throw off the vibe, and that happens 9 times out of 10. And when the vibe is thrown off, curse words get thrown. Usually engineers are nerdy, scared dudes and shit, so you feel bad afterwards, like, damn, I shouldn't have punked him like that, but he's a stupid motherfucker, so, it just happens. You shouldn't have been working there. No.
Okay, so you're in the studio, you've got all these people around you. Is there a particular time of day or night that you work best?
Chase Infinite's always in the studio making everybody laugh. He's annoying as hell. Yeah.
Chase is your manager, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I know he watching, that's why I had to say that.
So do you find a time of day or night is particularly good for you to record?
Yeah. Oh, so my recording process usually starts at 10 or 12 o'clock midnight. So 10 p.m. or 12 midnight, and we usually leave about 10 a.m. That's the only time I record. I don't know what's wrong with me, but it works, and I've recorded all of my albums that way.
You don't know why it is, it's just that time of the day works for you for whatever
I'm a
reason.
vampire.
Yeah.
Like, I'm nocturnal, man.
It's a common thing with creative people, right?
Yeah.
It's the nighttime, left hand, right hand side of the brain
Exactly.
thing.
I'm dyslexic, so, everything is just, like, backwards for me. I do everything, like, ass backwards. It's all good. I'm on my crisscross shit. Feel me?
Nice.
I don't know if they got that. That might have went over their
Crisscross,
heads.
remember
They too young for the crisscross. They used to wear shit backwards.
I used to wear shit backwards in honor of
Oh,
crisscross.
all right.
Yeah. Embarrassingly. How do you feel? You're in the studio. It's early in the morning. You've got all your food. You've got your drink. In terms of your lyrical approach, like, are you a dude that writes stuff down? Do you write stuff on your iPhone? Do you get ideas in the shower? Where do the ideas for the lyrics come from?
Man, sometimes on the toilet taking a shit, sometimes in the shower, sometimes in a car, sometimes in the studio. Like, if you're an artist, it just comes to you randomly. It's like a psychic ability. You can't help it. It just comes, and you're just like, oh, shit. Like, I could be talking to you now. You might say something really interesting that might stick with me, and, I'll use it later.
I feel pressured to do that now.
No, just don't ask for no publishing.
I would be like, 3 points on the thing, give me the 10%. Do you note stuff down as you go along, though? Are you like, cause like, sometimes it feels like, as a fan of hip hop, like all these great, like, amazing little couplets will come out of a rapper, or you'll hear stuff, you're like, wow, I wonder did they just have that in their mind and save it for later, so it fits into a song at a certain date, or?
The process varies. One day it might. That song, Long Live ASAP, on my last album, the first track, took me 8 months to write. A song like Pesos took me a day to write. So, it varies. And at that time, I didn't even write Pesos. I memorized it.
So you don't always go in the booth with the lyrics. You'll just go in and top of your head, sort of.
I used to be able to do it like that. I don't know. I think I lost that Jay-Z, Lil Wayne ability a long time ago. Like, you know, I gotta write shit. I'm too forgetful. I smoke too much weed, man. You know.
That's what it is. That will.
Yeah, man.
Short-term memory loss. And
No,
stuff.
it helps. It helps. We can't. Don't bash
No,
weed.
I'm not bad.
We're all 420 friendly here.
Listen,
Let's not
I'm all
bash the
for-
marijuana. You know. Yeah.
Long live marijuana. In percentages, if you were going to build a rapper, what? I'm going to try and explain this better than I'm about to be. Right, you got a rapper, and there's certain facets that make up a great rapper. For some people, the facets are different, but for you, for argument's sake, let's say cadence, flow, you know, the things that people normally talk about.
Yeah, cadence,
But also
flow, lyrical content.
prettiness,
Yeah, I mean, you
swagginess.
gotta be marketable, I guess, for people to like you. I mean, you know,
Style,
what can I say?
personality, skill. What are the attributes that you think make for an interesting rapper that innovates and is exciting?
I find it unique when an artist has individuality. You know, it's easy to turn on the radio or the internet or your TV or, you know, go to YouTube and see someone doing something the right way and emulate that. You know, that's what's been going on for, you know, years now. I respect people who find their own way and, you know, just show that they're an individual, show their individuality, their personality.
Okay, so I think hopefully we've kind of built some sort of picture of you in the studio and the sense of individuality. It's nighttime, there's some sweets, there's some crisps, there's some pretzels. So you've got this album done.
Women help. When you have beautiful women in the studio, it helps. You know, even if they're not like fucking or something like that, like it helps. Like, what? It's the truth, you know?
How does it help?
You know, because women are inspirational. Think about it. Don't get me started with that. You want me to?
No,
tell
please.
You? Okay. I just did an interview the other day, and I was trying to explain why I bother to live, and I do live for women. I'm not gonna lie. If it was just men on this earth, I would not give a fuck about. I mean, I barely give a fuck about shit now. So like, I would hate all you motherfuckers. I'm telling you, like, it's just, you know, too much testosterone. I can't deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just like, man, I don't know. We need a little bit of, you know, estrogen. I think we need some sexiness. We need some women, like, flatten the mood out, man. They smell good. They look good. Their voices are soft. They got breasts.
They do. Two of them.
Two of them.
Bums.
Yeah, buns, breasts, you know.
Women are great. Let's hear it for women.
Women are, yeah. I think women are so beautiful that a straight woman could walk down the street with her husband and see another beautiful woman and compliment her. Men, I'll be damned if I be like, damn, that nigga handsome. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Nah, we don't do that, you know?
You should be confident in your, you know, not you, but one, it's nice. Yeah,
I'm very confident in my
I'm not
sexuality.
saying you, yeah, of course, I'm not saying you, I'm just saying in general, it is nice. Women can do that with other women.
Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of gay friends and stuff like that, man. A lot of people I look up to, a lot of fashion designers that I look up to are homosexuals. I don't care about that. That's their sexual preference. We're friends. You get me? You know? You get me, bro.
I get you, fam. It is nice that women do celebrate, are able to sort of be like, you know, like that. And it's, you know, because women are great.
Women are beautiful.
Do you think we're going to get equal rights for women in the future? Can you see that world?
Hell yeah, because women are getting smart, man. Like, you know, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not implying that y'all are stupid. I'm not. I didn't say that. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry. Hey, rewind that. Don't put that on. Look, what I'm trying to say is women are catching on to all of the bullshit games that we're pulling. I think I've had my best way with women when I was most honest. So if I told women I love to fuck different women, I might fuck another woman tomorrow. Like, it works. It helps. No, it does, you know. Wouldn't you prefer honesty? Like, for real? No? I guess y'all not catching on. They ain't learned yet. Honesty, man. I mean, I guess some women can't take it, but when it's time I'm 26, so when it's time for me to settle down, then, you know, maybe I might just have 2 girlfriends.
Just roll like that. Why
Only
not?
2,
No more than 2?
maybe.
Maybe 3.
Maybe.
So women do help your creative process though. Like that's a
Yes.
big part of. How do we see that in the new record? Do you think?
You gotta think about it. Name one song I've ever made for women except I Love Bad Bitches. That's my fucking problem.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it looked like I was just like a regular rapper, bashing bitches and shit all day, like, you know, suck my dick, bitch, you know, all that kind of shit, man, you know? So for me, I was like, oh, you know, I'm quite the gentleman type, you know? I'm really respectful. I can be, and I feel like I wanted to manifest that into my music this time because I'm 26 and one of my biggest obsessions have always been women, so I just wanted to express that.
Okay. So there's songs that are dedicated, or not dedicated,
For
songs that are
sure.
about women that are like.
For sure.
Have you got like a Dear Mama moment in terms of a Tupac kind of vibe, or?
Nah, man, because I wanted to do something like that, but then everybody was like, man, that reminds us of Tupac too much, and I like Tupac too much, so I was like, I don't want to copy Tupac too much.
Yeah. Okay. How would your friends describe you? Do you think?
A fucking weirdo, that's what they joke on me all day.
And how about your mum? How would your mum describe you?
I'm her baby.
A little baby.
Yeah.
A little baby boy. Talking of your mum and being a baby boy, I know we've been talking about the album, but I just want to rewind right back. Because I think, you know, we're getting a great sense of who you are right now, but it's interesting to know where someone's come from. So take me back to Little Rocky, to Rakim Myers.
Rakim.
Your very first memory, what is that?
My very first memory? Y'all are gonna think this is weird. People usually don't talk about shit like this, but I'll tell y'all. I probably was like 2 or 3 years old, and I remember my first time looking in the mirror. You guys remember that? No? I do. That's how I knew I was gonna be conceited, man. Like, I remember my first time in the mirror, and I realized that I never really stared at my reflection, you know, and it was just weird coping with it. I guess it's like the first time your pet sees its reflection in the mirror, or, you know, whatever.
You get like a sense of self that you are.
That I exist. And this is what I look like to people.
Wow.
And I was only like 2 or 3 or something like that. I remember fights my aunt had like on 116th Street when I was only like 2 years old. Like, it's weird. But yet, if a pretty girl comes and tell me her name, I might forget in the next 5 minutes. I don't know what that's about, but you know, you remember what you want, I guess. But I was born in Harlem. What people don't know about me is I'm a Harlem and Bronx guy. Like, I've been from Harlem to the Bronx back and forth my whole life. You know, just as much as Harlem influenced me, the Bronx did, you know. That's just real.
Tell us about the Bronx then, 'cause that was like, I guess, the mid-90s.
The mid-90s, not only that, so 1990, I don't remember. I was 4 years old when I moved from Harlem to the Bronx. Okay. When I was 8, we moved from the Bronx to Pennsylvania. We was living near Harrisburg, in Rutherford, Hershey, Pennsylvania. From then, I moved back. My mom and my family moved to North Carolina for about a year, Charlotte, North Carolina. Then after that, we moved to Harlem, and that's when we were all living in the shelters. Yeah.
How did moving around, do you think, change you as a kid? I guess, for some people it makes them more introvert. For other kids, it makes them able to get on with people more easily. How did it affect you as a kid, sort of moving in different areas?
All joking aside, I do think that moving around is really important for kids, man. Believe it or not, it's really important. Like, I think if you travel and you live in certain places, you adapt to certain cultures. This way, you could be yourself your whole life, and you'll be able to adapt to any environment. I'm the only guy that I feel like is comfortable enough to go to a Rick Owens or a Dior Homme show, and right after that, leave and go to the slums with some gangster motherfuckers and smoke some weed in the same outfit. They gonna say to me.
Because you're used to it, that's what you've grown up around.
I don't
all
give
sorts
a
of
fuck.
people.
I'm jiggy. I'm handsome. You know what I'm saying?
You look like that guy on that picture. over
Right,
there.
right.
I keep looking at him, he's familiar. So how was the Bronx? Because we do know a lot about Harlem. It's all through your lyrics, but yeah, the Bronx we don't hear too much about from you.
Yeah.
How did that shape you? Do you think as an artist?
Man, the Bronx. So I moved to the Bronx, and when I was like 14 years old, and my grandmom lived on 140th and Lenox, so I would go from living on 182nd and Bathgate, 3rd Avenue, and to 140th and Lenox, like back and forth, it was weird. Like 3 months I would stay in the Bronx, 3 months I would stay in Harlem. I don't know. My school was in Manhattan, so I would have to go all the way from the Bronx to Harlem. So it was more convenient for me to stay with my grandmother. But 13 years old, 14 years old, I was in the Bronx, and I started selling weed. But I was so little as a 13-year-old that the guys ain't take me serious, and I never made no money, man. Like they just would. I had the littlest weed bags too, like $5. You know what I'm saying? I need $5, and if they said they had 3, I'd take it. You know, I was only like 14. I needed to get my potato chips and shit, so I just wanted to make money some way, somehow. And then by the time I was 14, 15, I met my boys in the Bronx. I have a guy that's like one of my childhood best friends. His name is Ricky. I met him when I was 13 years old. And ironically, that's the same name as my brother who passed away. But my best friend to this day, one of my best friends, his name is Ricky. And Ricky Tang, ugly motherfucker. And we was in the Bronx holding it down. By the time I was 15, I was selling crack. You know, I'm not proud of that. That's something nasty to sell. But by the time I was 15, I was on 182nd and Webster Avenue, 180 and 187th and Webb. And, you know, that's what I was doing. And I was with them boys over there. Shout out to the homie Briss Shady. You already know how it go. You know, R.I.P. Bling Blow, FBI. You already know how it go. You know what I'm saying?
So, at what point do you think Rakim Myers started to evolve into ASAP Rocky? Can you pinpoint like the time when you were like, with retrospect now?
Rakim Myers turned into ASAP Rocky in 2007.
Can you remember the moment, the time,
Yep.
the place?
I seen a bunch of jiggy motherfuckers in 06, and I was like, man, I'm dressing like this. They dressing like me too. We need to be gang in this bitch, you feel me? And next thing I knew, I started fucking with my boy ASAP Bari and ASAP Ills, and then they was like, yo, come fuck with us with ASAP, but you gotta meet ASAP Yams. I'm like, at the time his name was Stevie E, you feel me? And they was like, you gotta meet Stevie E, and I'm like, who the fuck is Stevie E? And they just was like, yo, nah, he the truth. He do this. And I'm telling you, it was so much rumors about this. Listen, I was hanging with them from like 06, 07. I didn't see Stevie E till late 07, like early 08, because this motherfucker was not to be found. But he was like a living legend. Like motherfuckers would talk about him and everybody would stop talking and pay attention to what, you know, who's ever talking about him. They listen to what they were saying. And when I met Yams, we clicked right off. It's funny, the day I met Yams is the day that I was down with a crew named MDB, and it's still for $1 Million Babies. And it was this kid in my crew that was fighting ASAP Bari. But I was ASAP at the time and MDB. And it was like this big brawl. And that was the day that I met Yams. And when I seen him, I was like, who this short, pudgy looking motherfucker? Like this nigga had braids like he was from LA and tattoos on his face and shit, like in flannels and Vans and shit. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And they like, yo, that's Stevie E. I'm like, oh shit, Stevie E. And ever since, he saw that I didn't want to just, cause ASAP was, all we used to do was buy clothes and like fuck bitches and shit like that. Like it was just like, we used to skip school. I used to only go to school to show off my outfits. Like, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I'm being honest, you know, like public schools in America is fucked up, but you know, especially New York, but whatever. I used to just go to school to fuck with the bitches. My favorite fucking class, my favorite 2 classes was lunch and gym. Too bad they didn't have recess in high school, you know, that would have been my 3rd favorite, you know, but you know, I don't know, I after school, I would always just try to, like, me and Ferg started trying to make music all the time around 2008, and I remember our first track we recorded was off of Pharrell everyone knows, all the girls standing in the line for the, and we took that, baby, you spent all night in Siskiyou, yeah, and we took that part and we looped it and made a song out of it. Shorty, she's so fine, I gotta make her mine, I gotta make her mine, gotta make her mine. Shorty, she's so fine. We took the 50 Cent chorus and we looped it. Second song was to Gnarls Barkley, Would Be Killer, and that's how Danger Mouse found out about us.
Well, that's how he got in touch.
That's not how we got in touch, that's how he found out about us. Yeah.
And now he's working with you, coming full circle.
Yeah, Juicy J, Danger Mouse, you know, working with me. Now I got Mos Def on it. Like, you know, I got a lot of legends right now around me and just looking over what I'm doing. And this is really going to be a classical piece right now, like this art piece. Honestly, they need to put it in galleries. I'm tooting my own horn. Let me shut the fuck up.
Why do you think fashion is such a strong indicator of friendship sometimes? Like, when you're growing up as a kid, like whether you're a goth, you're a rude boy, whatever it is, like you get drawn.
It's like identification. It's almost like classes, you know? If you wear, you know, Vans and Supreme, more than likely you like to skateboard and you chill out and you couch surf and smoke weed, do drugs and party wild. If you wear Bottega Veneta or Dior, more than likely, you know, you're rich. You know, you just rich. And if you wear Rick Owens, more than likely you're dark, you're, you know, eclectic. I think fashion is an expression, a way to help people identify what you are, you know, and people judge you by your fashion. That's why people look at you, and if you're at a corporate meeting and you don't come dressed appropriately, they might look at you and judge you wrong because it's the fashion thing. So it's all like a mental thing.
But also standing out is never a bad thing, right?
Ever.
There's nothing worse than people feeling like they have to conform to normality, I think.
My point exactly. I didn't say you have to. I just was explaining. Oh,
no,
okay,
not
good.
you have to. That's not what you say. Yeah, people. Yeah. All right, Bone Thugs. It's interesting to me because do you ever hear it? There's Skepta did a track called Thuggish Ruggish, which has got Jamie and D Double on.
No.
It's just a track that he did many, many years ago. But it's interesting to me that someone in London, a boy in London, and a boy in New York can be roughly around about the same sort of time, be influenced by a group that were from like 10 years before that, so they're 20 years ago, right?
Yes, sir.
So,
I mean, ma'am. I'm
sir,
sorry.
Fam, I've got lipstick on. Shit, I have my lipstick done and everything. It's all right, we'll skip over it, it's fine. So, yeah, it's interesting to me how a group can, from that long ago, can influence both you and a person like Skepta and many, many, many other artists. Just tell me about the importance of Bone Thugs. Explain to people that don't know about Bone why they need to know.
Man, there will be no A$AP Rocky, no Migos, no Future, no nothing without people like Bone Thugs and Harmony and 3 6 Mafia. The Double Time, they were the first people like Twister and 3 6 Mafia and Lord Infamous and Bone Thugs and Harmony. That was back in like fucking 92, man. Like, you know, that ain't nothing new. It's just people brought it back. Like, I'm gonna come clean. Nah, I ain't gonna talk my shit. Nah, fuck that. Look, I'm gonna come clean. Nah, for real. Cause when I did Live Love A$AP, we brung that shit back. It that pretty motherfucker sipping that dog, gripping my pistol, my chrome, hitting and hit you to spin it, your wig in the zone, then I spit it and flip it like bone. And nobody was rapping like that back then. Niggas ain't ready for the flow switch. Only Harlem nigga on his bone shit, getting throw since back in 06. Don't you see a jiggy nigga getting throw, bitch? Like, you know what I'm saying? That nobody was doing that. And, you know, like I just, you know, whatever. You know.
You brought it back. But you also paid homage to it. You know, you were very clear about your influences.
That's my thing. That's what I'm saying. I pay homage to people that inspire me, and all I ask is like, yo, you young kids, when people my age or, you know, prior to me, before me, inspired you, you gotta give props, because if not, it'll be taken as disrespect or just biting.
All right,
clap for that, man. What the fuck, man? Come on, guys. Clap for that shit. What's up, man? Oh, so y'all motherfuckers are shy, huh? Okay.
They're like a
We're
little
going to
shy.
get some energy out of them. I don't like this.
We'll get them. We'll get
This
them.
is supposed to be like a intervention. We're supposed to talk about the issues in hip hop today. Rocky, why haven't you been around for 2 years? Y'all motherfuckers ain't see me and y'all acting like y'all see me every fucking day. Clap out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? God damn, I flew all the way out here to see y'all motherfuckers. God damn it. Thank you. Thank you. That was way better. I love the love.
So that was Liar Liar by the Castaways.
Yes.
I don't know that I've ever heard that song before. Well, tell us about that tune.
It's from the 60s, you know? It's jiggy shit, it's psychedelic, and I love it. I'm all for it. Thank you. Joe Fox, people. Joe Fox. I just was talking about him. He's right here, guys. You know, Joe Fox, you want to say something to the people? Say hello? Because me and Joe listen to this music all day, every day. Come up, Joe. Don't be shy. He's a British guy, you know? Come on, Joe. Sit with the people, brother. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you both actually, Joe. While you're here, I'm gonna ask you a question from Twitter that I want you both to answer. If you give me 10 seconds, I'll find it. Oh yeah.
Should I hear?
All right. It's from Chuck Vista. Given that you are involved in the process of Rocky's new album, can you describe the album in 3 words? And that's from Chuck on Twitter.
Psychedelic, forward thinking,
Technically 2, but I'll allow a hyphen.
and it's a masterpiece. It really is, it really is. I'm not just saying that because I'm involved in it. It's an amazing album.
Are they 3 words that you would agree with, Rocky?
Huh?
Are they 3 words that you would agree with? 3.5 words.
I fuck with the masterpiece part. That was
That's your favorite bit, right? What are the 3 words you'd use?
At long last.
Oh, at long last. Tell me about, so for you, Joe, you're a relative unknown, mind your own business in the streets of Soho, when a young chap going out to buy Star Mix happens to collar you. What happens next? Like, how did you feel? What did you, it must be kind of a surreal experience, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was kind of strange. I've always believed in fate and kind of destiny and stuff. And I think when everyone hears the music we made together, it's really good. and it just kind of happened really naturally. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, I always thought it sounded a bit like Gorillaz. And then obviously halfway through working with Rocky, we started working with Danger Mouse, who obviously did the Gorillaz. So everything kind of fell into place, yeah.
I really wish we could hear like one song. Maybe not. We could. We could hear us. Well, a new song,
world
a brand
premiere.
new song.
I think we need to premiere a song
You know
for
what?
this one, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm gonna just say, I'm not gonna turn that down.
I don't know. I think we should premiere something that doesn't give away the album, but still something tasteful. I've been thugging
You know
with
what?
my team.
You can decide because I'm gonna make everyone wait a little bit longer. You haven't. I don't feel like they've earned
Okay.
a news track yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna make you wait a little bit longer, but
Okay.
you'll do that, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll play a new song,
Sure.
live.
It
and direct?
depends
All
if
right.
they want it. Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
act well and good. All right, Joe. Before I let you go, just between the two of you, what have you learned from each other? Would you say in the process of making this record? What have you learned about Rocky and vice versa?
Don't do drugs with British people.
Keith Moon. There's a long list
Yeah.
of people. You
Yeah.
should know. The history speaks for itself, Rocky.
I just learned, never underestimate. Obviously, when I met Rocky, he's this huge, famous rapper, obviously. So I didn't. Artist. I didn't quite believe that, he'd want to work with someone who just started out. And then obviously the process kind of snowballed, and I ended up living at his house, and we just made this music. And it was kind of like no ego at all. He just literally was like, treated me like a complete equal, and I'll always be really grateful for that. It was literally just like, you're an artist, he liked my stuff, let's make music together. He never treated me like I was, this unknown kid, which I was. So yeah, I'll always be grateful for that.
And I feel like you should get a little plug while you're here. Have you got anything else coming out that we can look out for you on the internets or?
Yeah, well, we're working on my first EP, and it's gonna drop. Watch out for that stuff.
Fuck you, shut up, man. What are you
Shout out Lou Banga.
Joe, thank you very much for
Thank you.
dropping by.
Lou is proud of you right now. He's very proud of you. Yo, everybody gonna be laughing their asses off when we get back. Lou, your asshole.
Any more surprise guests, or that we're all right? We'll
We
carry
got
on?
Lou Banga riding in the Porsche.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll bring up Luna sec, I reckon.
We got A-Side right there. That's
Yeah,
my brother. I'm
of
working
course.
with him.
Know this chap very well.
Dexter
He's a
Navy. You
good
know what I'm
dude.
saying? Yeah.
Shout out Dexter Navy,
Yeah.
young Nave.
You know how we do it.
Chief Keef Finito.
Finito.
It's a very gassy song, isn't it?
Gas what I smoke, nigga. Yeah, man.
So when we mentioned about having 5 tracks that kind of form you as an artist, why was that one of the 5?
Because it shows my ignorant, my young side. Like, you lucky Lou Banga ain't come up here and start dancing and shit. Like, you know, we turn this on and we don't give a fuck. We just lose sense of reality, and it's just, this is a song that touches me. It touches like my soul. It makes me. It's not too much music that can make you really want to. My own music makes me want to go crazy. So it was good to have it from another artist.
Where do you see yourself how do you see the hip hop landscape right now, and where do you see A$AP Rocky within that landscape? If there's the Chief Keefs there, and you've got like, I don't know, Kendrick's here and Drake, blah blah blah. Where's Rocky right now?
I don't think I'm nowhere in there. I'm like all the way over there, you know?
Because it's art. I mean, I think the tendency is to put rappers all in one bracket, but actually you kind
Hell
of
no,
hit
not me.
across pop music, pop culture.
See, with the second album, I just wanted to prove that I could be a successful mainstream artist. I have mainstream success, but that's not my style. It's really not. I said to myself, this album, I don't want to make not one song that will make me cringe inside while I'm performing it. I want to be able to perform every song, anticipate every next song, and just want to execute every song. I don't want to be like, oh, I got to perform this shit, pretend I like it. Nah, fuck that shit.
Well, just talk about how you feel as an artist who has been at the forefront of many movements of fashion. You've brought through lots of brands. Do you feel like you get the credit for that?
If they don't give me my credit, I'm going to take my shit. Y'all heard Multiply, right? Exactly. As simple as that.
Okay, so fine. That's what I've got to say on that question. But do you like, I mean, how important is it to you as an artist to get like recognition on these things? Or you not care? I mean, you really don't care? You just keep moving, whether people...
I don't care until somebody else gets recognition for some shit I did first.
Yeah, that's annoying, right?
That's all.
Okay.
That's all.
All
So
right.
I don't care until somebody else get recognition. Like all these brands, P-Gal, fucking Hood by Air, fucking Black Scale, the list goes on. You know, those are brands that I wore first. And shout outs to P-Gal, because that's still some fly shit. You know, shout outs to all my Paris boys. P-Gal, you already know how we do, gang gang.
How do you think your style's evolved over the years? You just said that you're kind of still wearing Rick Owens, right? That's a staple for you, presumably.
Shout outs to Masham Lammy, a.k.a. A$AP Lammy Lambs.
Mm-hmm.
What was the question?
I don't think there was one. No, there was one. It was what are you wearing now? How has your style evolved?
Rick Owens, huh?
Yeah, how has your style evolved in terms of you're still wearing Rick Owens, but obviously there's a little spin on it that perhaps didn't exist 2 or 3 years ago.
If I tell y'all that now, then I'm not telling my secrets. Nope.
It's always, people are always very protective over fashion, right?
Because it's your identity, you know? That's like asking for my social security number, man. You working with the feds?
I mean, that was actually my next question, was what is your social security number? But maybe we'll skip that one. There's a question from Twitter from Casper, who asked whether you would ever consider making your own independent clothing company.
Right now, no. I mean, I'm working on V-Loan, but that's what A$AP Bari, Young Lord. But I'm not a fashion designer, so if I'm gonna put out a brand, I'm gonna have to go and start from the bottom. I need to, get the proper knowledge, because I don't want to infiltrate anything. I don't want to come in and pretend that, a lot of people who claim to know fashion, they just regurgitate shit that they hear jiggy niggas like me say and shit. So, you know, I don't want to be a product of that, especially when I start making clothes and stuff. I want it to be original. I don't want people to respect it the same way they would respect my fashion sense or my music for that matter, or my videos, or, you know, my personality. I want them to respect my clothes that way. I don't want them to say, oh, he's famous, so and just because he can and because he's a celebrity or whatever the case is, whatever they want to call me, oh, he's gonna make a fashion brand, and it's just, you know, it's bullshit. Nah, I want to make some jiggy shit. So I'm gonna take time out if I do that. And right now I don't have time for that. I got time for music. I got time for the arts like theater, movies, producing. It ain't like I'm not gonna wear fly shit, you know? So it'll still be inspiration there. Man, I was in Dover Street the other day, Dover Street Market. I seen this kid, he was about 13. He was jiggy as fuck. I said, man, keep it up, man, because, you know, they own tomorrow. And people laugh at me when I say this because it's the truth. The youth, they own tomorrow. When I was 13, like, I used to say, man, I used to look at all the drug dealers and shit. I'm gonna be flyer than all you motherfuckers. Like, I'm gonna take all your bitches. I'm gonna do all that. That was my mentality. And here I am, you know? That's what I'm saying. Like, I think maybe I didn't take they bitches, but, you know, because they look whack now. But, you know, I'm a jiggy nigga, you know?
Do you ever miss being a teenager?
Hell yeah, I'm a teenager still. Fuck that. Mentally.
What do you miss about being a teenager?
Because you could be reckless and just justify it with, I'm a teenager.
Get away with murder. Well, not literal murder,
Basically.
but like, you know.
You could get away with murder.
Maybe, actually,
well,
yeah.
Let me not influence them to do that. Never
You can
mind.
get away
Pretend I
with a
didn't
lot
say-
of stuff.
Yeah,
You
a
can
lot
get
of
away with
stuff. Not murder kids. Don't kill anyone.
What's the one thing that sums up the most important thing in your life? You can one word to choose. What would it be?
That sums up what?
That sums up the most important thing in your life.
Yams. Thank you.
You must miss him.
Every day.
Oh,
We all do.
Of course. You just mentioned then about theatre. You're a cultured chap. You like the finer things in life. You like architecture. What was the last thing you went to see at the theatre? What was the
You know what? I was telling my boy Anthony the other day. He was supposed to actually show me the Kinks, and I held you to that. You didn't take me. See? But we were supposed to go see the Kinks.
Okay.
And what is it? A show? Is it? It's like a play. And I'm excited to go see that. I rode the tube the other day. I was on a train. Yeah.
Was it the one train?
Nah.
Come
It was
on.
at Piccadilly Square or Circus.
The Piccadilly line.
Yeah, we was on the Piccadilly line, and we got off at Piccadilly Circus, and there was like projectors on the walls, and that just looked amazing. Like, it felt like futuristic Harry Potter shit, man. I just said, oh, shit, man. Like, that's like the fucking door to Hogwarts right there. Like, you just, you know, go through the wall, get jiggy and shit. But nah, it was really dope because it was advertisements, and as we were going and shit, and people looked like, is that? Nah. So, you know, I just made it seem like I was normal. And if somebody said ASAP, I just kept walking. I didn't, you know. As long as I don't open my mouth, you won't know it's me. There's a bunch of dudes walking around with nappy hair out here, you know. So I just was like, and they say, are you ASAP? And I just do sign language. No.
Did you top up your Oyster card while you were there? Or no?
Huh?
Did you top up your Oyster card while you were there?
What's that, the paper thing?
Like the little card that
I
you...
almost lost it and almost got stranded inside because...
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. If it was a normal Thursday night, 6, 7 o'clock, whatever, you're at your home in New York. You live in New York, I guess, still?
I live in Soho.
In Soho. Nice part of New York.
Yes, it is.
And you didn't have to work, you didn't have to do any interviews, you didn't have to get bothered by anybody. What would you be doing just for fun?
Walk into Dior or Prada or Y3 or buying my Diptyque candles from around the corner or just walking outside smoking weed. Like, I roll it up in like paper so it looks like cigarettes, and you just act casual, and they won't fuck with you, man. For real, she should try it. I'm serious.
Do you get bothered much? I mean, do you?
See, all right, here's the thing. When I have security, people act really crazy. When I'm by myself, they act normal and they say stuff like, I love you, and they go about their business. But if you act like a celebrity, they treat you like a celebrity. You act like a normal, respectable person, an artist, then they treat you like one. Basquiat used to walk around his neighborhood in robes and slippers, and people would just say, we love you, and let him go. I'm a contemporary artist.
We've got a question from Twitter from Alistair. The question is, what do you think your greatest musical achievement has been?
The fact that I toured for 2 years off a mixtape a year off of a mixtape, that's, amazing. I did world tours. I did a Drake tour. I did my own tour off a mixtape, and I came here, I went to Australia, it was amazing. Thank you. You Australian? I represent. He couldn't wait to clap. What part of Australia you from? Oh, very rare. He just like clapping. He said, fuck it. We all want people, just clap, fuck it, Man, I like Ireland, man. You motherfuckers are wild out there, man. Yeah, man, they know how to party. Listen, let me tell you, we were in, wait, don't make me lie. Is it Dublin? Yes. So we were in Dublin at this Heineken fucking event, and we did a performance. And these motherfuckers are wild. I'm talking about really wild, right? Like, I've never met Europeans, so because most people think white people not that crazy and shit like that. Those motherfuckers beyond crazy. They define crazy. Like, these motherfuckers get so drunk. These motherfuckers, I'm performing, and then we just had like a 20-minute chant, and these motherfuckers, ole, 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 ole. I was like, what that shit mean? It sound good though, fuck it. It's footage online of us freestyling to ole, 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 ole. It's funny as hell. It's funny as hell. But another place in Europe that is fucking mad insane, Scotland, Glasgow. Is that the right place, Glasgow?
Yeah. It goes off.
Let me tell you what happened. This frightened me. Well, God is my witness. These dudes, I don't know if y'all remember this. I don't know if you remember this. It was these dudes inside. Were you there for this one? Yeah, it was dudes, right, in the crowd, going crazy. I prayed Pretty Flacco Part 1. They're going crazy. And it's this one kid, he took off his shirt, and he had these muscles and veins out his neck and shit, right? He's like, it's up. Like, he was bugging, right? Right? This nigga was crazy, right? And so look, right? This motherfucker gets into a fight with this other motherfucker, and I'm talking about they beating each other with blood out, and then they grabbing bottles and shit. They grab bottles. And I cut the music off, and I broke up the fight. And I made them hug, and it wasn't weird, it wasn't gay. I made them hug, like give each other love. It was the hug when you put the hand in the front and it's just one arm, so technically it wasn't a hug, But I made them show each other love, and these motherfuckers start partying like this in the crowd, right? And one of them took a bottle and broke it over his own head.
Welcome to Scotland.
I just was thinking to myself, like, yo, this shit don't make sense. After that, my manager Chase was like, we gotta tell them to give out cups from here on out. What the fuck are they doing with glass? They could have threw it at us. Like, it was crazy.
Welcome to Scotland, isn't it? That's just how they roll.
Shout outs to Scotland because everybody be teasing them for wearing kilts and skirts and shit. Them motherfuckers are crazy. They'll whip your ass real quick. You know, can I say something before we go? All right, that's just one of the more funnest songs off the album because I didn't want Yams to pass and I didn't want y'all motherfuckers to be like, damn, this nigga's so emotional and shit, you know? So I wanted to give y'all fun because, you know, we're dwelling on Yams, but at the same time, we celebrate everything he did for us and for hip hop. So thank you, guys.
You can join Rocky again live in New York on May the 7th. He's going to be doing another RBMA talk from New York on May 7th, so check him there. I got it right the first time, right? I should have just shut up. Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you very much to ASAP Rocky. Cool.